I'm gonna go right down here. I'm gonna quick peek it, and there's gonna be a guy there on the staircase, and I'm just gonna... There it is. What'd I say? What did I say? Alright, look, I don't want anyone looking at... Oh my gosh, I might be the GOAT. Howdy strangers, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about just how absurd the secondaries in BRM5 are. In fact, just to really prove my point, I'm only using a secondary, and I don't have a primary equipped. So to kind of prove my point for this video, I'm only using a secondary in PvP, and I'm sure quite a few people are kind of confused how you only have, you know, a secondary equipped, and that's because if you go under primaries, you can select none at the very, very top, and you know, have this be your only weapon in the game. I really think it's a funny feature. I don't know how necessary it is, but it's kind of cool to have. At least it's an option, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, secondaries are actually like kind of crazy in this game with the ability to one-shot like pretty far out. I mean, all the secondaries can one-shot head as far as I'm aware. Maybe not the MAKAROV, but I mean, the secondaries are like crazy that they can do that. Like, it is actually insane to me that secondaries, like a little rinky-dinky pistol, has about the same much killing potential as like a full-on carbine. Okay, I was behind a wall there, but sure. I mean, just like, look at that. The M9 is just, it's good. I've got the M9 and the M9 bayonet. How fitting, huh? So yeah, like, just a secondary, it'll still do just fine. It's kind of crazy, actually. How am I doing? I'm doing 5 and 2. I'm not doing the best on my team. I got one team going like 7 and 2, I think. But like, 5 and 2 with just a handgun is not bad at all, considering I'm beating out people with primaries in this game. It also does kind of have like, not terrible like body damage either. Like, I mean, just, wow. Wow, dude, I just killed the entire team with an M9. That is crazy. That was a 4K with the M9 because one guy left. So, if you want to think about it some way, you could say that's an ace. It's a 5-shot? I thought it was a 4. I thought this thing was a 6-shot. I thought it did 19 minimum damage. But no, it is 22, so the M9 is a 5-shot pistol. Just to put into context, I believe there is... Yeah, so it does pretty much the same amount of hits to kill as a P2K. Which I guess makes sense because it is the same caliber, but like still, that is wild. Oh yeah, I should probably show off. If you just click none up here, you can select no primary weapon. But yeah, this is just the starter pistol. This is what you start out with in PvP. If you have the skill, a secondary is all you need. Alright, so I think I've proven my point with the M9 being, you know, a really strong secondary to use, but now I just kind of want to goof off and use the Deagle, which I think is probably one of my favorite secondaries to use, just for trying to, you know, do secondary only, because, you know, it's the CSGO gun. It's a one-tap machine, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, that was nice. Oh my god, I can't see anything. I know I could just put on night vision, but like... I really just don't think I should have to use night vision just to, you know, play PvP, you know what I'm saying? Like, I should be able to see where I'm going with without it, right? I really hate nighttime variants of maps. I know I keep talking about this, but man, I really hate them. Anyways, at least I've got night vision, I suppose. But yeah, Deagle is very, very good. It 3 shots. Literally will 3-shot minimum. It's like 35 damage, I think, to the arm or something like that, which is crazy to think about considering the battle rifles. A battle rifle, a fully powered cartridge, is like 4-shot minimum, and the Deagle is just like a little, you know, like, yeah, it's a 50 cal, but it's not like the, you know, M82 Barrett or anything 50 cal. It's not that big of a 50 cal, and yet it is still having like better hits to kill than other guns. Okay, that was a little bad, I'm not gonna lie, but I still got the kill, so that's really all that matters. I'm going 5 and 1 with just a Deagle, by the way. I just want to point that out. Like, I'm literally just using a secondary in this game, and I'm doing top of my team. I'm not gonna lie, like, it is really fun to use this gun and just kind of goof off. I feel a little bit like John Wick, if you will, and just kind of, you know, running around with just a secondary, just dropping everyone. Like, it is very satisfying to use. I don't think they're, like, better than primaries by any mean, but, like, they are definitely powerful weapons. Like, I mean, just look at that, dude. Like, you don't even have to hit headshots. Like, headshots help. I don't know why I thought that was a guy. Like, headshots help, don't get me wrong. But, like 3 shot to the body still... why did I peek that? I actually just walked right into that. But, like, 3 shots to the body is still, like, really good. Why are you using Deagle? Why are you going 1 and 3? I mean, like... I don't understand why people complain about what people are using if you're using, like, 1 and 3. And then I'm using 7 and 2. Like... This guy's talking about, like, oh, like, I'm not used to M110, I usually use Val. Like, why are you using Deagle? Deagle sucks. I'm going 7 and 2, this guy's going 1 and 3, alright? Like, that is crazy, you know? Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, well, all my teammates are going this way, unfortunately. Why even aim, actually? Hold on, I'm just gonna start, like, CSGOing this. Oh, wait, hold on. CSGO is the way to do this? Alright, no, hold on. Watch this play. You're gonna watch this. It's gonna be amazing, alright? I'm gonna go right down here. I'm gonna quick peek it, and there's gonna be a guy there on the staircase, and I'm just gonna... There it is! What'd I say? What did I say? Alright, look, I don't want anyone looking at... Oh my gosh, I might be the GOAT. Hold on, whoa. I might be the GOAT. Okay, that was cool. I don't even care that we just lost that game. That was cool. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I am still in absolute awe of that Coast game. That was actually such a crazy final round. Even though we lost, that 3K was so cool. But anyways, I wanted to also talk about the APB and show this off because I think this is probably the best oh my god, my aim is so bad. Anyways, I think this is probably the best secondary in the game. Like, really and truly, I think if you're going to run a secondary, this is what you should use. Ignore my aim, that's completely on me, that's not the gun's fault. This gun is also a one-shot head secondary. It is fully automatic for some reason. And the CZ75, or whatever they call it now, I think like Model 75B or something, is also just like complete, like was broken back in the day. That also used to be fully automatic, and now it's semi-only. I don't know why. And now the APB is in the game, and now it's fully automatic. It's like we don't learn from our mistakes. Anyways, the CZ75 or Model 75B was insanely busted for the longest time. It was the secondary to use, and then it got switched to semi-only, and now we have the APB, which is fully automatic. It's just like, I don't know why you would use a semi-auto secondary whenever the APB exists. You also have like a 20-round magazine, so it's like you've got plenty of rounds. Like, you're really not like sacrificing anything by using the APB. Like, yeah, you've got like some slightly recoil. I mean, I just gotta kind of, I'll be honest, I haven't used this gun like pretty much. I don't really like to use it. Now if you want to use the APB, that's completely fine. I just don't like using it because I think it's a little bit of just I think it's a little bit overpowered, you know? And I like to use, like, fun and silly guns over, you know, like, the good weapons in this game. And, I mean, you can make a case for, like, the APB being a silly gun just because of how, like, goofy it is. Just kind of, you know, it being fully automatic, which is fair. Use whatever you want. I don't mean to dictate what you want to use. That's completely fine. But I genuinely do believe the APB is completely busted. If I was, like, in charge of balancing and stuff like that, I'd make this thing do, like, 95 headshot damage so it doesn't one-shot head anymore. I'm fine with it being I don't like it being automatic. I don't like automatic secondaries being in this game because it just, like, to me, it just completely nullifies the point of having any of the semi-automatic ones. Because, like, why would you know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you just take the fully automatic ones? I think the Deagle is probably like the only competition to the APB just because the Deagle 3 shots to the body, which is really good, as a secondary. Like, even if you don't get the kill with the Deagle, getting a single hit in is like a big chunk of damage, while the APB is just kind of like spray enough bullets down range and you'll probably get a kill. I would recommend using a machine pistol if you're running a sniper or a DMR. But honestly, even if you're running an assault rifle or an SMG, I would just run the APB anyways, because it's like you still get that you still get the added benefit. I'm gonna go this way actually. I'm gonna see if I can do a little bit of a quick flank. Probably not, but we'll see. Oh, that recoil. Okay, wow, that recoil is really strange. There's another guy also using the APB. Is that a dead guy? That was not a dead guy? I thought, okay. That was weird. He was just AFK, I guess. But yeah, I think the APB is probably the best secondary by a long shot. I wouldn't use anything else personally. So yeah, I really think like the only two secondaries in this game that you should be using is either the Deagle or the APB. I personally really like the Deagle more just because it's kind of fun to use, and like the APB is also like fun to use, but you know, like, where did this guy go? Did he just leave? No, he's coming back. Ouch. Okay. Well, that was very strange. Okay, that guy was either on mobile or he was lagging his mind out, because I don't know how I just dropped down in front of him, killed his teammate, and he just let me do it, and then he let me kill him. So, not really sure what's going on there, but I will not question it and will just take my reward. Hello? Can my gun do the thing? There we are. I love that little spot. Yeah, honestly, I really like the Deagle way more than the APB. It's weird to like have to control recoil with a handgun, you know what I mean? Like all the secondaries just kind of like pop, 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 or whatever. But in the APB, it's like I actually have to like, I have to use it like an SMG. It's really weird and unintuitive. Also, I know there's like little red dot optics that people have for like the Glocks and stuff, and I really wish we had it on more of the handguns. I really wish there's more options for that, because I would really love an APB with like a red dot or something. Bro, I have foul. I don't know if that was the guy I just killed who has a foul, but like, you know, it's just like, it's really goofy to have a secondary that can just outgun primaries, you know what I mean? There we are, that's an ace. I had to do a little bit of camping there, I'm not even gonna lie to you, but that is an ace with just an APB. I didn't even get that with the Deagle or something. It's just, man, it's so goofy, I can't get over it. I really don't like machine pistols being in this game because I just feel like they just completely dominate the field, and it's like, what's the point in using anything else? And like, don't get me wrong, I know like metas are always going to exist in a video game. There's always going to be like, oh, this is the best thing to use in the video game, and like, that's fair, right? But it's like oh, that was a 3K. I could have gone a 4K there. But it's like, why use anything else? Why would you not use a fully automatic handgun with like the most magazine capacity as well? It's like, it's just broken. 12 and 3 with just a secondary, by the way. With just a secondary, these things are you know, definitely balanced. Definitely balanced. Wait, they removed the 80 Why? Why are we doing this in games where we just remove fun stuff? Why?